Blessed love and blessed day, fighting world, fighting nation, man. It's your boy Coach Five from Real Life Boxing. It's fight night, man. Mikey Garcia versus ERROL the True Spence tonight on pay-per-view. We're watching the prelims right now. I'm going to give y'all my final fight predictions. Before we get into it, y'all smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded. And you could be notified when we go live, because we go live for all these fights, man. So let's get into it, man. Mikey Garcia versus ERROL Spence. The big build-up for the fight was that Mikey Garcia said he saw something in ERROL Spence. He's seeing something in ERROL Spence. What does Mikey see in ERROL Spence that makes Mikey think he could beat ERROL Spence? You know, ERROL doesn't really move his head that much. You know what I mean? Or he doesn't. He doesn't appear to to move his head that much. You know what I mean? So looks like ERROL can easily be hit. ERROL takes some hits coming in, you know what I mean? Usually he's just on a seek and destroy, you know, mission, so he takes some hits coming in. So me personally, I think that's what Mikey saw in ERROL Spence that makes him believe that he can beat ERROL Spence. Looks like, you know what I mean, ERROL Spence takes some hits, so Mikey believes that he'll be able to tap up, you know, ERROL Spence. My personal opinion is yeah, that could be so, but what Mikey doesn't see is the things that ERROL Spence does very well, and that is you know, he controls distance very well, he jabs very well, he punches consistently, devastating body puncher, religious body puncher, pressure fighter, and he's big, he's strong, and I believe that ERROL Spence could box. You know what I mean? We haven't seen him box, you know, much, because like I said, he's always on like a seek and destroy mission. But you know, I think that he can box better than what most people give him credit for. Now, excuse me, I do think that Mikey is one of the best fighters in the world. Likewise, ERROL Spence is one of the best fighters in the world. I think that they're very similar in their fighting style, in the way that they fight. Both very technically and fundamentally sound. You know, they're both world-class fighters. You know what I mean? I just think that ERROL is, you know, is better and bigger. He's just like a bigger, better, stronger, you know, version of Mikey Garcia. So I don't really know how Mikey Garcia is gonna be able to deal with that. I've listened to a lot of, you know, people's videos on keys to victory for Mikey and what Mikey needs to do. A lot of people saying Mikey needs to be turning ERROL Spence, which is correct, but you know, I think that Mikey either needs to be able to outbox ERROL Spence, which is like move around laterally, land his punches, and not get hit as much, which I don't think that Mikey's gonna be able to do, because Mikey just doesn't fight like that. Like, that's not his fighting style. And I think that the way that Mikey needs to fight to beat ERROL Spence is he just needs to smother ERROL Spence, stay as close to him as possible, and just make it, you know what I mean, just make it an ugly fight for ERROL Spence. Just make it an ugly, uncomfortable fight for ERROL Spence. Mikey has to keep going to his left, keep ERROL Spence turning, and just smother ERROL Spence to the point where he can't get his shots off, and Mikey is just throwing shots from all type of different angles, kind of like how Maidana would fight. But the only problem with that is Mikey doesn't really fight like that either. You know what I mean? Like, Mikey's like, you know, a boxer, and not really a mover as much, you know, but a boxer. And I don't see Mikey being able to outbox ERROL Spence. I just don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see Mikey Garcia being able to outbox ERROL Spence from long range or from mid range. I think he just has to stay, you know what I mean, as close to him as possible, and he might not even be able to outbox him in the inside, you know what I mean? But when I mean, you know what I mean, just not trying to be boxing on the inside, just smothering him, just throwing a bunch of punches from different angles, just like Maidana would do. But Mikey doesn't really fight like that. So the two styles that I see that I think that Mikey would have to fight to beat ERROL Spence, he doesn't fight like either one of those. So he's going to be fighting how he regularly fights, and I don't think that he can outbox Errol Spence that way. I think that Errol Spence wins by mid to late round stop. I don't even know about late round. By mid round stoppage, maybe body shots. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't see Mikey. And like I said, big respect to Mikey. I like Mikey. I think that he's one of the best fighters in the world. Of course, you know, pound for pound, Mikey does his thing, but I just don't see him being able to outbox Errol Spence. I don't see him being able to bully Errol Spence. I don't see him being able to, you know, do much. I mean, he's gonna land some shots. I'm not saying he's not gonna be able to touch him. He will. It might be a good fight, you know, for a few rounds. I actually probably think that we probably will see Errol Spence box a little bit more than we have seen him box in the first few rounds, because Mikey is a good fighter. You know what I mean? He is a good technical fighter. So those are my fight thoughts. My final prediction: Errol Spence wins by mid to late round stoppage. This is Real Life Boxing. Like I said, we in here watching these some prelims right now. I'm gonna be covering the fight. Kill's Corner, some of the homies from the boxing gym, man. It's gonna be lit. It's Real Life Boxing. Y'all make sure y'all smash on that like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded. It's Real Life Boxing. Tonight it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have a good time. Y'all make sure y'all log into the live stream, share it. It's gonna be lit, man. It's Real Life Boxing, man. Peace and one love. Protect yourself at all times, man. We getting out of here. Peace.